Hello, everyone! Welcome back to my videography series. Or, if you are just tuning in for the first time, welcome. It's good to see you here. I'm James. I created this series to give some insight into my life for anyone crazy enough to care. How are you spending your quarantine? So, people are feeling a bit sheltered these days. Here in China, the quarantine is just about ending, to a certain extent. I've been in quarantine for almost 2 months now, and I can say that, for me, this quarantine is, well, par for course. I've been social distancing for the last 40 years now. Actually, I'm loving my current situation. I don't have to leave my home. I don't have to deal with anyone. I make my own schedule. It's terrific. Am I lonely? Sure, but I've been that way for my entire life, so I'm used to it. Honestly, I wouldn't mind this lifestyle to continue indefinitely, if they would just keep paying me for it. Anyone from the future coming to visit might just laugh at me, but these are indeed strange days. So, today's topic was supposed to be about my family, but I decided it would be better to postpone that topic on account of the current situation and tell people what I do. What I do nowadays might be changing in the near future, so now is the best time to talk about it. So, as I said in a previous video, I am an English teacher. There was a time when I went into a classroom with all my material and, well, taught English to a classroom filled with students. I love teaching kids, but I'll get into why I decided to start teaching in another video. For now, let me just explain my situation. With the quarantine, there is no leaving one's home. Schools are closed and children are home. It's been this way since the Chinese New Year's holiday at the end of January. At that time, I had no idea what was going to happen in this new semester that started the second week of February. That's when I was told to start making video lessons to teach the students. I was given the books and just let at it. It's completely unstructured. At first, I thought it was a complete mess, mostly because I had no idea how to create videos to teach. But then I started teaching myself. I learned how to use PowerPoint. If you've seen any of my earlier videos, you know that I've dabbled in video editing. So I used that skill to my advantage. And here I am, making videos to send to the school to be disseminated between the students. So back to my daily life. I have 4 grade levels that I teach. First, second, seventh, and eighth grades. I teach phonics for first and second grade, and basic English for seventh and eighth grades. The phonics lessons are exactly the same for both grades. Generally, I would have about 20 classes a week. But with 4 grade levels, I need to make 3 videos each week. This is where I get into setting my own schedule. I basically divide the video process this way. First, I do a little research into the kind of language, phonics, grammar, and vocabulary that I would teach for that week. Then I would start molding the lesson structure to fit what needs to be learned. Once the planning stage is done, then I get my materials together, including flashcards, whiteboard, pictures from the internet, the PowerPoint presentations that would illustrate each language point, whatever else. This I would collect together in pre-production. Then begins the production phase. The production and post-production of each video takes me about 1 day. I would record however many video sections as needed for each video. Once everything is recorded, I would begin post-production, editing, cutting, and splicing the parts of the video into one complete product, and ship it to the school via email. The whole process takes 4 to 5 days. It's about 5 hours of planning and pre-production, then 12 hours 3 days a week, 1 day for each lesson, for production and post-production, and generally maybe one final day for release. So altogether, I am spending about 42 hours a week on my lessons. But a large part of that is eaten up in what I call system time, when the computer needs to compile what I produce into suitable files. For instance, when I convert a presentation into a video format, or when I produce the final video copy, or during the compression to make the file small enough to be sent via email. Generally, during the system time, I will have my lunch and dinner breaks. I start the process at about 10 o'clock in the morning and end at about 10 o'clock at night. Except for the planning stage, each phase takes about a day. System time takes about 4 hours each day from those 12 hours. So I'm actually putting in almost 8 hours a day, which would be an ordinary work day anyway. That leaves me with 2 days to myself each week. One day, generally on Fridays, I go out and do my grocery shopping. The other day, I try to get some other things done, whether it be cleaning or processing something on my computer. Keep in mind that the video process ends up creating a lot of garbage on my computer, which I need to sort out and remove as necessary. That's really the only downside to this lifestyle. And then rinse and repeat. And there you have it. My quarantine lifestyle in a nutshell. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like this kind of content, give me a like and subscribe. I'll try to keep posting new content in this manner. Feel free to comment about what else you might like to see in my videographies, and I'll try to include it. Also, if you feel so inclined, visit my Patreon page, listed in the description somewhere, down there. It really helps me out with my projects when people donate to my cause, and there might be some nice perks to be gained. So, thanks for your time, and I'll see you in the next one.